Pete, do you want to try your direction sense? So you can go left, left. Yeah, you're like, oh, the edge of the rock is coming up. That's not good.
I've got navigation land, but yeah, direction scent, not so good.
As soon as you can get a hold of a map and stuff, let's see. Now you've got a little girl strapped in. Do you want to try doing the navigational stuff, Pete?
Yeah.
Give me an electronics roll to make the, or give me a computer use roll.
Oh, sorry, computer use.
He goes
electronics roll.
And he tries turning on something, and sparks come out. Little girl goes, ah! And the sparks come out, and then the ship goes,
Oh, spend a hero point.
Oh, God damn it! I had plans.
Yes.
Jesus.
We know all about your plans.
Stay close to the edge.
Logan should not have plans.
No, definitely not.
It looks like the maps and stuff like that are out. It looks like that part has been fried, possibly by the large hole in the ship thing. Maybe they ran through that wall. It appears you're getting close to the edge. So I know the answer already. My only question, because you're pretty sure it's not forward, you don't want to go backwards, so that leaves you with left and right, Chris. I already know which is the correct answer. Which do you go for?
Left.
Fuck. All right, no problem. And in the distance, you find the town and such. And hold on, Chris, give me a luck roll at half. I'm curious if your radio still works. Unknown flight, please identify yourself or prepare for being destroyed.
I identify myself. This is James Fulton.
What is your flight number, please? Please insert your credit card into, et cetera, et cetera.
I put my credit card in.
Right. They read it and they're like, he was on a mission for us. Okay. They decide in their benevolence, just this once, not to destroy you. And you guys are eventually given clearance to land. You're kind of landing like near the shitty stone buildings, far away from the big corp ships and stuff. And you're told if you wish to approach the corp ships, you will be blasted out of the sky because they're like that. And so you guys land there and they send out hover cars and stuff. And they take you guys and the little girl and they look at your drop ship and they're like, do you have 5,000?
No.
If you can collectively come up with the 5,000, well, wait, you're on a mission first. You might have 5,000. We'll find out. They figure out which spot it's in because the 5,000 is for like a berthing fee on the rock. So if you can pay it, then it's your ship. If you can't, then they take the ship. So
gotcha.
You don't know if you're really wanting it or not, but maybe it's scrapped. Who knows?
Sell it to
the little girl crying because her father seems to be gone. Right. They take you back and they get you guys all get cleaned up. And because they don't want to talk to you while you're covered with the goo from the other creatures and dirt and stuff, they actually get you guys cleaned up and charge an extremely nominal amount to your credit cards. It's like 10 cred for new clothes, shower, etc. They do charge you though because they're like that. So you guys get all cleaned up. If you'd like to pay an extra 100, then you can have your other clothes and stuff laundered.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. Mark off 110. And they bring you guys back in. And they're like, that was some excellent work. Who flew the dropship?
I did.
All right. Could you insert your credit card into the reader?
I do so.
Do you have a pilot license on there?
Oh, okay.
Now, that's a question. Do you have a pilot license? They put a pilot license on. Let's see. And for all three of you, you guys get caravan guard licenses.
Money.
For Yang and McKay, they also, just to be careful on it, they also give you 2 bounty hunter licenses.
Nice.
Is that different to a mercenary license?
Yeah. Let's see. Do you have a mercenary license already?
Nope. Hence why I was asking.
Cool.
Because they
Oh, yeah.
did say they were probably going to give us a mercenary license due to the job.
Yep. Let's see. And they were very impressed with your guys' being able to get the little girl. Oh, also on the way back, little girl did babble some stuff at you. But they will give you guys each 20K.
Okay.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The little girl, she heard the Drass, those are the blob guys, yelling stuff about Flapper the Yaz on the Daedalus space station, but she doesn't know what it means, and she was freaked out. Flapper the here, I'll just copy paste it. That's all she was able to tell you. She is freaked out, traumatized, all the shit, and they tell her that they'll take a look at her credit card and see if she can afford psychological counseling. They're sure she will be able to. So they take her away, and they thank you very much for helping them with their little problem. And yeah, that's it.
So I have 17,990 then. After the
No?
clearing the debt.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Doc couldn't transfer the money to you, could he?
No.
There you go.
And then
Oh,
$10 for the clothes.
And then
right?
minus 5K for the. Now we have a shuttle.
Oh, for the landing pad. Well, actually, minus. Sorry, when they pay you, they also charge 10%. So, well, actually, I'm not going to bother because math is hard. They charge you 5,500 for the pad, a 10% tax. Pretty much, just so you guys know, if you transfer money between each other, they take 10%. If you give money to a charity, they take 10%. And 10% for fucking everything here, but it's one of the least heavily taxed rocks, so people like living here. But yeah, no problem. You pay for the thing. That parking space is through the end of this season. It's like everything's subscription. All of your licenses are through the end of the season. Once the season ends, then you can choose to renew or let it expire. Everything here is by the season, and for each license, it's usually $2,000.
Do I get to keep the rifle or do I have to return it? Oh, I threw it away. Never mind.
Was there any, well, it depends. There might be weapons or gear on the dropship, being a dropship.
No, they pretty much took it. The only thing that you find that's odd is like extra serapes and fake black mustaches that would not fool anybody at any range. Like El Bandito. You notice Dr. Yang has put one on. He looks quite fetching in it.
Can we help you, sir?
All right, so we're all set. I'm all clear debt. Now we can.
Yeah, you guys are hanging out at your broke ass spaceship that has. It looks like it was being used as a pepper shaker, and most of the pepper is gone. And like there's a big buildup of dirt, which is the pepper at the bottom. It looks like you're thinking that it's pretty much good for scrap now. You could fly it, but definitely be strapped in. I mean, it could get cleaned up, but the amount to repair it would probably be more than it's worth, because these drop ships are pretty much the kind of things that if they get destroyed by landing on the battle, they don't stay up late at night worrying about it.
Do you want to see if we can sell it off? You said you can. You're okay at selling shit.
Yeah, and I've got a trader's license. So yeah.
I'm gonna
Trader's license would be a big help.
Sorry?
I'm gonna grab a drink while we sell the ship.
Okay.
Sorry, what did you say, Logan?
The trader's license will be a big help.
Yeah, and I think Doc's also got a trader's license. So yeah. So
that will allow him to support you in bargain if you want his support.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Well, he's the one who knows more about spaceships and stuff, so we can add worth about.
Give me appraisal rolls as you guys go through the marketplace to try to figure out how much shit costs and stuff like that.
Yep, by half.
You're thinking that this drop ship,
like 2 pennies. I don't give a shit.
McKay, you're despite Doc going, it's a penny, don't even bother to pick it up. You're thinking that if the dropship was new, it might be worth 30 to 40K. As it is, you'd be lucky to get 20K out of it. Very lucky to get 20K out of it. If you get 10 out of it, then you'll still have a pad and some extra money.
Yeah.
In other words, for some reason, it's only worth a couple of horses. What the fuck? But horses here are like, it's a rich people indulgence thing to show just how rich you are. Look, I can sit on our living creature.
Yeah, whereas, dropships are mass produced and.
Yeah. Now, also, the blob guys that you guys were exploding before the grass, you do occasionally see other ones of them wandering around and whatnot. It doesn't look like they are the quote evil race or anything like that. It's just they have a lot of different races and such that wander around. I mean, there might only be like 20 or 30 Drass on the rock who live in this town, city, whatever, but yeah. See if I find it. Hold on, I think I got a picture of it. In fact, I know I've got a picture of it. There it is. It's going to be on this board closer to the bottom.
Okay.
So that's generally what they look like. Like I said, there's a lot of weird races and shit here. So you're going to have Doc Fulton who believes that the spaceship is not worth a penny to assist you in your bargain, or are you just going to try to sell it?
No, let him assist.
Okay. As I said, it can still fly, but not well. This is
repair them and stuff.
I'm telling you, it's a penny. I don't even. You know what? I wander away. I'm gonna go get something to eat right quick. I'll be back.
Cool. Go ahead. It's all up to you, McKay.
Yeah, make my bargain roll.
Sure. You get 15 large minus 10%, so 90% of 15,000. Yeah, you saw it. It's not a great deal, but it's not a bad deal.
Yeah. 6, that's 4, 2.
Somebody's leaving some static behind. Now, just so you know, other transportation. If you wanted like a enclosed repulsor ship, like if you wanted to get something that could fly around in like outer space type thing, probably you could get like really small, fits the party in their shit type thing, between 50 and 70,000 for the a full out spaceship, like we live on this and stuff. Minimum price 2K or 2 mil, but like those guys probably spent double or more on their ship because they have a cool Firefly and it comes with something in it as opposed to we've stripped it out. I don't suggest living in it until you buy some furniture and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So just so you know about how much other stuff costs.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that mission paid really generously. You discover that normal pay per day is about $5,000, but they really needed people right away, and the other people only got paid like 5, 6, 7 grand, which is enough to clear their debt. Some of them who fled early, they didn't get shit. The guy who drove the guy who drove the first van that just left, he hasn't shown up yet, or his van. And who knows whatever happened to him. The other guy, he got a bonus for saving a bunch of people, and you hear he got recruited into some sort of mercenary outfit because a lot of people watch via satellites. Give me an evidence analysis roll, McKay. The lower is better. I'm looking for half or better. Half make me happy. That's too good. Could you roll something worse? Now, okay, you're thinking that on the rocks and close to on the rocks where the corpse rule, they keep a really close eye on it.
Mm-hmm.
But in outer space, assuming you're not close to the freakishly expensive space stations, then that's where all the shady shit goes on. The asteroid miners and stuff. The only thing that keeps them from really doing a lot of piracy is coming up with 2 to 8 million for a spaceship. Really keeps people out of the piracy game. You know, when you're making like 40 cred an hour or something like that for skilled work. So, yeah. Plus, getting credit out of the bank, especially for something that's going to leave the planet or a rock or wherever, not happening. They have no interest in extending credit.
No, not surprised.
Like, oh, you're going to fly away, maybe to a different corporation and live there with our money. That sounds lovely. As you guys are wandering around selling wrecked up spaceships and stuff like that, you see like highlight reel, obviously taken by satellite and stuff, of the combat you were in, and it's like for watching the full thing, it's on a pay-per-view type channel, so the corporation working it. Oh yeah, corporations, woo!
Should be entertaining though. I mean,
oh yeah. You do notice, like the on the brief reel, it looks like there was around the scientist guy and his kid, there was a lot more dust or distortion or whatever than you remember being there. Like maybe
they're protecting their identity or concealing who they are.
Possibly, or actually, in your case, you're the only guy going, I remember the whole battle being more blurry than that. So you've still got ants in your eyes, and he's like, oh, that's why I don't see very well.
Are they reporting anything about the intent or who the attackers were or anything like that?
No, it's just being shown as a fun free-for-all against the pirates and stuff like that.
So those bobby things are called the Yaz?
Oh, the Dras? D-R-A-S? Dras?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what their race is called, but they don't know who they were because their dropships weren't labeled, which, is great for you guys because that means it's actually my dropship, says Joshua McKay, and he sold it, unlike the first time I remember him ever bargaining for things where he's like, that's a gift. And the guy's like, thanks. And the RPCs were like,
no, that was Alex giving away all the electronic stuff that I bought.
That was so goddamn funny, though.
Because he kept fumbling, even though he actually was quite good at bargaining. He kept fumbling it.
That was fucking priceless. So you guys are together. Doc Fulton's just following you right now, and he has a faraway look in his eyes as he touches himself and remembers how much bloodlust he just got to deal with.
All right, so we want to find out about this piece of tech. Where would we go?
Well, the problem is that that's the challenging thing, because the internet per se is just full of corporate rubbish.
Well, is there like a central trading hub, like where there's like a collection of people selling goods and buying goods?
Yeah, but I'm not sure we want to flash it around.
No, but we might be able to just make some casual inquiries, like, have you ever seen anything like this? Or we're looking for a very specific piece of gear.
True.
And like target shops that sell like, pieces that look like that, I guess, or drives or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think your internet's starting to hang up a little bit there, Corey. It sounds like you're getting a little garbled. Are you downloading too much porn?
No, I'm not to my knowledge. I'm eating a taquito.
I envy that. I do miss me some decent Mexican foods.
So I think maybe we start there.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll have a look around the
Well,
places.
now keep in mind, if you're gonna go around researching around the trading place, essentially you're gonna be going and asking people about it. And then my next question would be, are you just describing it, or are you pulling it out, showing it to them?
Pulling it out and showing it. We're describing it.
Okay.
And we're acting like we are looking for it, not that we have it. Have you ever seen something like this? Because we're interested in buying it or purchasing it or whatever.
Sure. Yeah, give me research rolls at half. One of you do the primary there can support. You notice that Fulton is just kind of standing off to one side going,
Your research is probably better, I think, right?
Possibly, yeah.
a little bit of drool coming outside of his mouth as he's remembering it.
You want to support?
Yeah, I'll support you. Hold on. I support.
Lovely.
It's a good support.
Ooh, I make it by half after the by half. Not
Okay.
including, and that wasn't even including the support.
Okay. Right. You discover some stuff. First off, there was a guy who you already knew that. Hold on a second. There is. Hold on a minute here. There's a lady named Professor Cynthia Kainsworth. She is supposed to know something about this.
Sorry, what was the surname? Kainsworth.
That's right. Here, I'll copy paste it for you.
C or a K?
Okay. Here's copy paste. And actually, I think they can get a picture for you here. Let me see if I've got this already ready to go. Because she used to work for the corp, but I think she either quit, got let go, something.
So what's significant about her?
She's a scientist of some sort who I'd heard are you guys telling the name or just what it looks like?
Well, we'll say we've heard it mentioned about something about a thrusting, over thruster, under thruster, something.
Upper thruster. Yes, yes. That's the only one that anybody knows because under thruster, they think it's a weird sex joke that you're making.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they've heard of the overthruster and her name together, but they're not sure exactly what the deal is. Maybe she worked on making it or something. And sorry, what's this? A second, you're doing stuff I wasn't really expecting, so I got to find it real quick. I'm used to PCs just ignoring a lot of what's going on. It's easy. Oh, tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong.
Okay. Why isn't Guri in there? Okay, do a search. You like the search? There it is. Edit. Save as. Picture folder. Okay. I love the search functions. I actually have so many fucking pictures and shit that I have to use search functions just to find stuff sometimes. Apparently my organization sucks a cock. I'm going to put this up near the red card thing. Somebody very helpful was doing it. By the way, the mood of the multicolored spaceships is pretty light. I mean, yeah, you can tell everybody's looking for that next cred, but they're more helpful than the corpse and stuff like that, okay? You know, people are generally kind of friendly and stuff, although you can tell that everybody's ready to ditch this corp if they have to. This is what the lady looks like.
Really? You don't say.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
What?
Familiar?
They look at McKay like, Chris, you're standing back behind those two going like this, and you've got like a little bit of froth in the corner of your mouth, and you're like, oh, God, that felt good. You felt so alive being able to bring so much death. Now you know exactly, you think, how God feels when God is holding a fully automatic blaster thrower. Oh,
Die, Freddy, die!
God. Oh, Christ. Poor Freddy.
Do you recognize this person, Joshua?
Mm-hmm.
Who is it?
They look at you interestedly. I heard she lives somewhere in the old town, although I'm not sure exactly where.
Yeah, no, I think I've seen someone who looks very similar to her.
Where?
In a different
Place?
asteroid.
They lean forward and look at you. Which
on
one?
A different I'm not sure.
Give me an acting roll as you say that, as they're trying to use their empathy to defeat you.
The acting. Where the hell's acting gone? Oh, there it is.
They give you a look. and you're done talking to that person, you can tell that there's no quid pro quo going on here, so they're no longer happy with you.
Still, it's a lead. That's good enough.
All right,
So what are we doing? What's going on?
we were asking about a overthruster or underthruster or something thruster that is
The guy
about
just
this size,
crosses
got
his arms
weird buttons
and
on it. And this gentleman said that he heard that a Professor Cynthia Cainsworth
Was related
knew
to
something about used to work for the corps, hasn't anymore. He happened to have had a image of her from something which reminded me of someone who I've seen previously that was on a different asteroid. Different, not asteroid. What do you call these pieces of rock we're on?
Rocks, says the guy.
Yeah, but aren't they asteroids or something?
Yeah, of course they are, but everybody calls them rocks.
All right, on a different rock.
He stares at you like you're a strange person.
All right, then it was on the Gothic rock, if you must know.
He says. He looks as though he's just won some sort of victory. Give me a bullshitting roll, Pete, to pull that off. Just need to make it a full because that's good enough for him.
Fast
Now,
talk
really
as in?
rock, but if you
Fast
fail,
talk, fast talk as in?
yes.
Yeah, minus 30.
He looks really happy that you managed to give it up. He goes, "Well, excuse me, I'll get back to work. Yeah, if you need any blacksmithing done, you come see me. I heard that they just had a new piece of shit ship land. I'm going to see if they need any work done on them. See ya."
Bye.
He goes and tells somebody else from his crew. Everybody seems to have crews here.
Mhm.
They obviously groups of people have better survival rate. Now, also in these miscellaneous ships, it could be just like an extended family that owns a ship. In some cases, like merchant princes with multiple ships and like super wealthy guys, everything in between. Okay. It's not just like, oh, our family has a ship. No, they're just like bankers are technically free traders. They're just super wealthy and really in with the corps free traders.
All right. So got 15 grand for the drop ship. How did you want to split it, Doc?
Oh, nice.
Just by 3, five for each of us is fine.
Yep.
You each get 4,500 after the split.
Yeah, you get 4,500, unfortunately, because I'm leeching out 10% for every transfer.
Every single transaction ever.
So,
the fucked up thing, according to the guy, when you guys are looking disappointed about every single transaction, the guy's like, I was on a rock, Galaxis rock, and it was 80% taxes there. So almost double for everything. This 10%. This is warm glove.
all right. We shall
Are
continue.
you okay?
Sorry?
Yeah, you were like, I didn't know if you were, okay.
Just rocking.
Are you going to die?
No, I was doing math.
That explains the look of pain in your face. I feel it too.
No, fine.
We'll see if we can find anything more about Professor Cynthia Cainsworth.
You're going to go around asking people about her and stuff?
Well, I mean, privately, like
there's not a lot of privately. You don't even know who to ask, so you're pretty much walking up to people you don't know, going, "Do you know this person?"
Stop. I meant us off to the side.
We should go and discuss something privately first.
Yeah.
You got it.
Sorry, you guys.
Actually, we will go to the Raven because Corey actually wasn't here, so Dr. Stephen Nang knows where it is.
Now, do you remember Corey how he was talking about like the cool, brightly colored spaceships and all that, and a little bit of festive party atmosphere and stuff, and then the really shitty like 3D printed rock homes are all dusty all the time and stuff like that?
Okay.
right on the edge of those two, in the cheapest possible shitty parking space for a spaceship, is this brand new Firefly Serenity spaceship. It's so new. It's got like the fucking price tag sticker still hanging off of it. It is just brand new. It gleams. The rest of the ships are either painted, rusty, whatever. This one gleams like it just came off the showroom floor, and it's got like a ramp down and back, and it's got like a little speaking electronic thing and stuff that they're taking you up right now. Other people are like nearby, and some of them are just looking at it, and you can see one guy licking his lips as he looks at this.
I turn around. I intimidate.
Roll.
I put my hand like in my jacket.
You sure wish you had a blaster in a holster.
I got it.
Hey, he says something to somebody else, and they just kind of withdraw into the shadows. They do it in this creepy backward thing and stuff. You're thinking they probably practiced that. You're thinking that they must have some mighty defenses on this to keep anybody from stealing the ship, Corey. So, you guys are at the ramp. And plus a lot of insurance, obviously. Oh, my.
Why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Anyway, so we get inside. All right.
Well, actually, he has to get you inside. He hasn't done anything to get you inside yet.
We go up to the door, turn the cameras off. I whisper with my mouth covered so they can't pick it up. Swipe or no swiping.
And the door opens. That's it. He just says that, and the door goes. Psh.
We go in.
You're thinking, this is not really super. And there's no other security. You're thinking, you're like,
that's
it.
That's what Glenn and Freddie and Dana set up.
Everyone repeat after me. Swipe or no swiping. It works every time. Oh, man. That's for anyone who doesn't watch Dora. Swiper's a fox who steals shit. There's your children's education for today.
Mm-hmm.
I know as a parent you have to watch hours and hours of children.
Oh my God. I have seen so much Dora and Boots. So much. So much.
Cool. You guys are in the spaceship. It is so new that there are seat covers, plastic seat covers on most of the furniture.
New ship smell.
There's some packing peanut things that are like just kind of over there in the corner. It has that new ship smell to it.
All right. So in Gothic St. Angeliques, there is a mad scientist who was doing who Raslin had hired to do some experimentation with relating to magic, whose name was Professor Ainsworth. He looks exactly like that picture. And she created that's how we actually ended up here in the first place. Was she created she was starting to experiment with dimensional travel and stuff, and she sent us here.
So then that makes a lot of sense then, that this overthruster is an extra dimensional transportation.
However, I don't believe it's the same person. I believe it's a what do you call it? A shadow, a copy.
Well, shit, if she's a mad scientist, it could be a clone.
No, more just, I think, just different shadow realms. You can encounter the same person.
So you think this is Gurry's version of Ainsworth?
Yes, but wait, there's more. In Sherma, there was a Professor Agatha Wainsworth who was doing biological experimentation, and we looked into her, and she had been arrested and locked up, and her files were sealed, and we weren't even too sure if she was still in that prison. We couldn't get access to the files.
So wait, you looked into her, or like you just checked up on her?
We did research.
No,
We
okay,
accessed.
it was a bad joke.
Yes.
Continue on.
Actually, I can't. I think you were there actually when you were one. It was you and me that looked into her.
Mm.
But yes.
Oh, Doc.
But yeah, she had done biological research, and the feds had sealed her file, and we couldn't even find out the name of the feds that had sealed her file with the access we had to the police database. Actually, it may not have been you. I thought it was. I had a feeling it was you, but maybe not.
Okay, so seems
No,
like
it was Mildred, and yeah, it was Mildred and you.
that this personality is probably
Now
similar
we
to all
found,
those.
yeah, and now we've found this.
Do you think it's possible that the different iterations of this scientist are somehow communicating cross shadow and
Not
working
necessarily.
together towards something?
They just could be images of each other. I mean,
Are you sure that it's not all one person though? Like you're not even
we
sure
went
about
we
that?
we went and talked to Professor Ainsbury in Gothic, and she did not appear, from what we could work out, she did not appear to have any knowledge of either the name that we knew the person of in Sherma, or the experiments or anything like that. So I'm wondering, for example, if it's a chaos, a lady of chaos, or a amberite.
And if it
And
is, they're really good at acting, I'm sure.
No, as in not these people we're encountering, as in there is a amberite or someone, and these people are the shadows
Sure.
of that individual.
Still doesn't discount that if they are
No.
of that, they could be the same person. And if they have
Possibly
shapeshift,
could be.
maybe they shifted just enough to make you be like, very
Yeah.
subtle shifting. So I could see that being it too.
Possibly.
So
And
anyway,
even if these are shadows, which one is the original?
exactly. So I suppose we do have a lead in that. We can start looking and see if we can find out this Cynthia, this latest version.
So now we know where she works at all in all these different zones.
We know, well, the one in Gothic, we know exactly where she lives and works because we visited her a couple of times.
So here's one thing about all those Chaos Court people and all the Amber people. Haven't you ever noticed that they, no matter what, it always seems they have a little bit of a giveaway. They always have their colors somewhere, and it's apparent. Like their heraldry will be somewhere. Like they could just be like, they could tend to dress with more of those colors. They could tend to have a symbol like that in their artwork on the wall, even.
That's or their logos or company logos or whatever.
Exactly, because they're proud of their, of like, oh, I'm this chaos lord, and they're into that subtle, hey, look at me.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, even when they're incognito, there's a little bit of that, I think. So that might be something to look into or think about as well.
All right. So what do we want to do? Do we want to see if we can locate this Professor Cynthia Kainsworth in Old Town, or did we want to go to Gothic and visit and pay another visit to Professor Ainsworth?
I think we should stick here for now. It's a lead.
Since we're here and we have some resources, we should, see where she's at here.
Yeah.
So the question is, where do we go next to try and find out where she might be in Old Town?
Well, we could always do like the whole cyber thing where we like just do some research, like regular research to look for her. What company she is attached to.
She's not. She used to be corporate. She's no longer corporate, is what we found out, and that's why she's in Old Town now.
Logan, how big is Old Town?
pretty big. I mean, you could do a door-to-door search, but it'd be like investigating south side of Chicago for somebody.
Well, okay, so she's a mad scientist that's working on engine tech. I'm guessing she'd be in some place that needs a lot of power. So either I don't think she's going to be in like just a normal house or a normal shelter.
And potentially,
But
if
what happens if she's just making it look shitty? What happens if, like, on the outside, because if she's in a rundown area and she has the tech, she could have some, shit teched together. And so that way no one fucks with her shit because, oh, she lives in this hovel over here, blah, blah, blah. But it's actually a badass workshop or something.
Well, is there a way that we can find out like which building is drawing the most power in Old Town? Is there a way we could get somebody to give us that info or bribe somebody or work our way in somewhere?
Pete, you got a red card.
have I? So I have. Oh no, my cyberware causes me to go to berserk.
Yay!
We could always
And I play an insta-hero. Ding, ding, ding.
Yay!
we could always just even go check out that part of town to look where the best
just to get
where the power grid is and where's going to pull the best power, and then from there we could maybe narrow it down.
I mean, we haven't really checked out Old Town at all, so even just to get a feel for what it's like, and that might be useful.
Plus, when we're out there, we could hit up some of the degenerates or whatever and ask them if there's a place they all stay away from or some place that has spooky rumors around it, or
and depending on if she's still doing a mad scientist crap, she may be, people may know if they find weird and wonderful salvage or scrap or stuff, they can take it to her and she'll buy it off them, stuff like that.
Once a mad scientist, always a mad scientist, right, Doc?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Of course not.
Nice.
Right. You guys head over there and you're attempting to make discreet inquiries. I like the thing about looking for interesting scrap that actually turns out to be the deal there. Go ahead and everybody give me or actually designate one of you to be the primary researcher. The others may support the primary researcher.
I suspect Doc's probably the better researcher of us all.
I'm guessing.
So I will support a crit.
Okay, there's a +10 for you.
Plus 15.
Yeah.
Also support half.
Fumble. If he fumbles it, that'd be hilarious. How cool would it be to be able to curse somebody's dice to where they just always fumble until they just fucking snap?
So plus 15, you said?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's not great, but
He brings down the entire tone of the investigation, but because he keeps giggling and rubbing his hands together and makes people really uncomfortable. But
eventually I play a Spark of Divinity.
God damn.
Damn it. I never get that fucking card.
I have not gotten it for such a long time.
Eventually, you guys get directed over to somebody who does buy a lot of scrap. And since you made such a lousy research roll, give me a luck roll there, Chris, to see if it's the interesting person or different interesting person buying scrap. Yeah, it's the one you want. And when you're talking to her, there's a kid. She has a kid in the background who's at the table eating cereal, and the cereal looks like this.
Where?
Looks like
Top right.
The Life with Roy Batty on it.
Uh-huh.
Oh. That's a that the replicant.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You know that Blade Runner is now in the past.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 2019. Huh?
No, November 2019 it was set in.
Yeah.
Huh.
I miss not being able to go to a new life on Alpha Centauri.
Mm-hmm.
Bastards. Anyway, she says, "May I help you?" And it's the lady you've been looking for.
Professor
Yes.
Kainsworth?
She looks alarmed. You notice one of her hands is behind the door, out of sight, and she says, "Who's asking?"
Joshua McKay.
Everybody give me a listen roll, at least by half. Some sort of high-pitched squealing noise that you can barely hear in the ultrasonic. Everybody hears it except Joshua McKay, who smiles brightly and looks welcoming and stuff.
So
She says,
which hand is
Right corner.
behind the door?
the right hand.
I extend my left hand. I say, Doc Fulton.
How can I help you? She says, unmoving.
We're friends of Wrestling Rad, and he mentioned to us that you might have some information about some transport or drive tech that you may be working on or had theories on.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Wondering if you might be willing to sit down and talk with us.
No, not all three of you, no.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there some place that you would feel more comfortable?
Yes, that's a good idea. She says, I'll meet you over at the Cafe Dirt in 30 minutes. Don't come back here.
Where is the Cafe Dirt?
You've got half an hour to find it, she says. Don't make me wait or I'll be gone.
All right.
Works.
Fortunately, Cafe Dirt, you discover with your simple research roll at full is...
Logan, can I make an empathy roll to see how, when I mentioned Wrestling Rand, if she reacted anything?
Yes, you can.
Mm.
Face like stone. No, she didn't appear to react to it. She was like, okay.
Okay, all right. And then anything peculiar about her behavior, like other than, I mean,
you think she looked really
high-strung.
defensive? I mean, she had her kid in the background, or a kid that she kidnapped who seemed comfortable enough to be sitting at the table eating life cereal.
How old was the kid?
Maybe 10, 12, something like that.
And then, do we know how long ago she stopped working for the corpse?
No, you didn't really get a lot of specifics.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you're starting to very quickly discover that all research here is going and talking to people because the corp internet, according to McKay, is but useless.
Well, let's go find Cafe Dirt then and wait the 30 minutes before we...
Who's doing the research roll for Cafe Dirt?
Well, can we just ask somebody?
Sure, that's kind of the research thing there.
I will.
Cool. You
Hey.
wander around and never ever find it. She leaves them. Yeah, you never ever find it. In fact, he went up to somebody and goes, "You're dirt," and they were like, "You die," and then you're getting chased and Felton's trying to beat people to death and they're screaming and running and you just don't find it in time. She's probably left the rock by now.
Should have probably re-roll that then, eh?
No,
Probably.
not necessarily. You can
Yeah.
track her down, hire bounty hunters to bring her back.
We are bounty hunters.
We are about
There you go. Hire yourselves.
All right. God damn it! I'll spend another goddamn fucking pot.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any reroll cards.
It's
to help you out.
only
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. I just thought maybe I could roll the research, get a check in it.
There you go. Yeah, it's a block and a half that way.
You got to check in it before when you help support Doc, Maggie's research role.
Oh, you get a check for support roles?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you find out it's a block and a half away. The reason you guys are now there, the reason it's called Cafe Dirt is it's made out of one of these 3D printed rock things. In fact, you can see another 3D printer over there. There's like multiple guys feeding rocks in one end, and it makes walls out the other and stuff. It just prints them where it stands. In Cafe Dirt, everything's always dirty. Like if they try to clean the walls and shit, then it just ends up, it's like trying to clean particle board that's not very solid. The guy behind the nominal bar goes, "What do you have?"
What kind of beverages do they serve here?
Tea, well, we have tea, coffee, stem juice. We also have foods. We have Soylent Red. We have the standard crosses, and we just got some fresh egg thing.
I'll have a coffee.
Okay.
How much?
I was gonna get the whole order first before I charged you.
What teas do you have?
They pretty much have two different kinds of teas, and you haven't heard of either of them.
Oh, are they black teas? Sorry, I'm not familiar with those particular teas.
Yeah, they show you the teas come from a machine thing. It's like a replicator. Well, not replicator. It's like you pull this nozzle here, and you either get this flavor, or if you twist it over that way, you get that flavor.
I'll try the first tea.
And for you, sir?
Tea is fine, coffee's fine.
All right, no problem. Let's see, the total bill for the drinks, including tax, comes to a grand total of, motherfucker, where did it go?